Hey, what's up, everybody? So I'm doing a video like this instead of draping myself with a blanket because it has been so damn humid today. It's like been pretty warm too, but it's been like just really like the air's sticky. Like I feel sticky. It's disgusting. I hate humidity. And also I haven't showered. I'm waiting to possibly meet with a recovery in like an hour and a half. So I haven't showered yet. But I did want to kind of make a video just because there's a few things I wanted to talk about. So I figured, this works. I know it's still silly of me, like, it's silly to like, hide the results of my cycle so far and like until the very end. But I don't know. I just think it makes it more fun. More drastic change. But yeah, a few things I wanted to talk about was over the past few days. I think I've been watching. It's mostly because I've been watching more like fitness content, like fitness influencers. Oh my god. And I don't know. I've been having more thoughts of like regret in my life, or like, oh, if I had like not abused drugs so much or like drank so much, and like instead like was fully dedicated and consistent with fitness, I would be like in unbelievable shape. And I would have been in unbelievable shape, like at a younger age, like 23, 24. I've always been in decent shape, but I'm talking about like completely shredded, like six pack. And yeah, I don't know, it just sucks to think about that. And it's just like, if I hadn't dicked around so much, I would be in a much better shape. And I don't know, like it's just like, I guess it is kind of superficial or conceited, but it just makes me wonder, like, if I would have had more success with like dating or like, sexual encounters with women, if I was in better shape. And also just for my own personal gain, like, I'm happy with the shape I'm in now, but it's just like, I always want more. I want to strive for more. And it just kind of makes me sad to think about, like, because I'm 36 now. It just makes me kind of sad that it's like I've had like 18 years. I started weightlifting when I was about 18 years old when I first started university. It just makes me sad. It's like I've had 18 years. I could have been in just like unbelievable shape, like, a lot of these like influencers online. But instead, it's like I just dicked around with substances and drank. But it's like, it's not like I was just like, oh yeah, let's just dick around. Like, it's like I guess I've kind of just been trying to recognize that, like, I've struggled with addiction and I've struggled with mental health for a lot of my life. It's not like all of my inconsistency with the gym was because of substances. Like, a lot of it was from severe depression that wasn't managed properly, through medications and coping skills and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know, just trying to remind myself that. But it's just like so hard to not just like look at all these shredded dudes and just be like, that could have been me. That could have been me, and that could have been me for like such a long time. It's just like, what sort of fun adventures could I've gotten into, because of being more attractive. But again, like I've just been balancing out with just like, yeah, but I've struggled with mental health. I struggle with addiction, and it's like, it's not like I'm not in shape, like I'm still in pretty decent shape. So I've been just trying to remind myself of that. But yeah, it's just hard to not just like regret. Another thing I kind of tell myself is like it's really impossible to like look back and be like, oh man, if I like didn't struggle with mental health and struggle with addiction, like would I have really been successful with, you know, weightlifting and fitness? You know, who knows? Maybe like the day that I spent staying at home getting high instead of going to the gym, it's like on my way to the gym that day, like in the hypothetical situation, I get hit by a car and I get killed. You know, like that's entirely possible. So I think that kind of helps me too. And not just with like fitness, just anything in my life. Like, oh man, you know, probably could have been a doctor or could have done this or that. But it's like, but it's impossible. Like we can't. It's like, and it's not productive. We can't go back. We can't change the past. We can't change what has happened. So it's like unproductive to like think about what could have been. Also, it's not healthy, and it's also just impossible. Like, it's like we could like anticipate like a best case scenario. Like, okay, let's say I did go to the gym every single day, and my diet was like dialed in. And like I was consistent for 18 years. But like again, you know, I could have been killed. I could have been dead by now because of being in a car accident while going to the gym or something. So that also really helps me quite a bit. And it's not like I've really been like feeling like depressed or like, you know, like significantly like regretful. But it's just been something that's been on my mind. You know, I'm sure other people have struggled with that too. And again, not just like with fitness, but just like regrets in one's own life. So yeah, another thing that I wanted to talk about is I'm trying to implement a few more positive changes in my lifestyle. I've been working out on cutting out my nicotine pouch consumption. I've been mostly inspired because of like trying to just like maximize my gains, and like, you know, I feel like I've really been cutting myself short by using so many of these. Like, so I get the 8 mg pouches, and there's 20 pouches in a container of this. I probably go through about like almost a full container per day. That's a ton. That's a ton of nicotine. That's 160 milligrams of nicotine a day. So it's just like, you know, what sort of effect is that having on my like cardiovascular system? You know, it's like I've been feeling kind of more like out of breath, and part of it's probably like the SARMs and the MK677, like that fluid retention or that water weight, you know, is maybe making affecting my cardiovascular system a little bit. But I'm sure it's just like so much nicotine, like it's a vasoconstrictor, you know, it's like going to shrink your blood vessels. So it's like, I'm sure that's played into it. And it's just not good for my gums. You know, it could be expensive. You know, it raises my blood pressure. I mean, there's like so many reasons to not use the nicotine pouches. The problem is like I still have like, I bought a whole bunch online when they were like super cheap. I still have like 40 to 60 of these. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. I mean, I could just like use them very moderately, but I just want to just be done with it completely, honestly. So I kind of implemented that change over the past few days. In the past 24 hours, I've had only one pouch, which is great. And it always seems like it's paying off. Like I feel like I'm less out of breath. I feel like I'm like less anxious or like less kind of stimulated. I had a great workout today. It was a great arm day. I feel like I had a better pump, and again, just wasn't so out of breath. Like I, you know, was able to kind of like work out sooner, like between sets. And I was kind of rushed today too because the bus was so late. But like, so I had to like have a little less rest time than I usually do between my sets. But I was able to like do that pretty well. So I think a lot of that is from cutting out the nicotine for the most part. So I think I'm just gonna pretty much just cold turkey it. Like, I haven't really been having many cravings. Like, there's been times where it's like, the habit, like, after the gym I like to throw a dip in. So it's like today it's like, that kind of popped in my mind. It was like, oh, like I should have one. But then it's like, why? Especially since I'm trying to quit. It stops at that. Fortunately, I've never really struggled too much with nicotine craving, and I do recognize that nicotine pouches, and I've also used nicotine gum. That's different than tobacco. With tobacco, like especially cigarettes, it's a much more potent delivery of nicotine. There's also chemicals in there that enhance the effects of the nicotine, and like, I think there's even like something that's like a monoamine oxidase inhibitor, which kind of prevents the breakdown of like catecholamines, like dopamine, in your brain. So it's like so people quitting cigarettes or probably even quitting chew. I feel like that's more difficult than just quitting just nicotine because of the other chemicals. So yeah, fortunately I haven't really been struggling with cravings. It's just been habitual. Like this morning I woke up and I'm like, oh, let me throw a dip, but then it's like, no, I'm not going to do that. And it stopped at that. So that seems to be working out pretty well. I'm really thankful for that. I'm not struggling too much with that. I probably will, since I still have so many of them, I probably still will have like 1 or 2 a day. But I'm going to try to stretch out my time in between, my pouches as long as possible, just to, I guess just give myself the max benefit. And I seem more vascular too, which is really nice. So it's like, I'm sure, it's been really helpful for my health and my fitness for me to stop doing that. I think there's one more thing I wanted to talk about. I forgot what. Oh, yeah, that's right. Kind of with what I was talking about with feeling regretful of my own life decisions. Also, because I've been watching the older influencers or more fitness videos, it's been, I wouldn't say difficult, but I've been having thoughts of like comparing myself to like others and being like, oh man, why can't I have that? Like, so it's like been kind of like hand in hand with the feelings of regret, or like feelings of like, oh man, I wish I was more consistent with exercising, so because then I would look closer to what some of these fitness influencers look like. But yeah, it's been comparison too, and it's just like, I look at myself now and like I look at them and I'm just like, but I'm getting there. And this time, I've been having great success so far because of being in recovery, like without having to struggle with addiction. My mental health is better, my physical health is better. I have more time and energy to dedicate to like fitness and taking care of myself. I'm not dealing with the negative effects of like alcohol and drugs. So I know it's not like oh, well, might have a better chance. Like, no, I know, and I guess maybe this is like a positive affirmation too, but I know I'm going to accomplish my fitness goals. It's just a matter of when. So far I've been making great progress. So I know it's definitely possible, and like I have all the tools and potential to achieve, my dream physique. It's just a matter of time. So, that's also been helping, like when I have been having these like thoughts of like regrets, or like, oh man, I wish I had been more consistent, or like, why can't I look like those other dudes? Just like we're making progress, we're making great progress. You know, it's just a matter of time before we get there. So yeah, so all in all, I've been feeling really great. Again, the cutting out the nicotine, I think, has been really helpful. As I stated, I had a great arm workout today, but my forearms, I talked about this in my, I think, previous video, my update, week 5 update. My forearms are just like so pumped, like it's a painful pump. Like it honestly felt today like my forearms were just going to explode, or like the skin was just going to like rip. Like it was just like stretched out as much as it could possibly stretch out. Which is cool, you know, it's like cool to like get that big of a pump, but it's also like sucks because it really hurts. So that's been kind of a downside, but that's probably how it's going to be like for the rest of the cycle. It's just probably just going to be pretty painful muscle pumps. But yeah, whatever, you know, I think it's definitely worth it. My lifts, I was able to lift more weights and like a better pace today than the previous week. So yeah, everything's going up. When I weighed myself this morning, I think I was like 231, but when I weighed myself later today, I was at like 230. So it's like I'm sitting around like 230-ish right now, which I think is great. Like I talked about, I think in the week 4 update, I was hoping to get to 235 by the end of the 10 weeks. I'm only 5 pounds away, so I'm probably gonna have to update that. Like I guess maybe we'll try to get to like 240, because I still have like over 4 weeks. I mean, this upcoming Thursday, today's Sunday, this upcoming Thursday will be week 6. So that'll give me 4 more weeks. So it's like I have like 4.5 weeks, which is just absurd. And just like, I've just been pounding in calories. Like Target has had Perfect Bars on pretty good sale. So I bought like a fucking ton of these. I got Power Crunch bars. I got yogurt stocked with tons of yogurt. Wait, did I say a yogurt stocked with tons? A fridge stocked with tons of yogurt. Like high protein yogurt. So I've just been like just consuming tons of calories, tons of protein, just working out as hard as I can, trying to recover as best as I can. So it's great. I'm just very excited, and I'm really looking forward to the finished results. I'm already very pleased. If this was as good as it gets, I would be more than satisfied with the progress so far, but nope, still got more to go, baby. Got way more to go. So, yeah, I'm going to end it here. I will most likely do a week 6 update video this Friday, a day after technically week 6, but that way I can get leg, chest, back, and then shoulder workout in before I make that video, and like can update you guys with how progress is going. So look forward to that. Yeah, I think that's about all I really wanted to talk about today. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time.